Hey man, what's the deal, man? It's Desi G and this the store run. What's up? Tell me about it.
What's up, y'all? It's Tyler Kimani of Orgasmic Media, and we are here with the legendary Kacey Lynch of Bricks and Wood.
Woo!
Appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you for joining us. Store run, you've been doing it up. You recently made noise with the Dodgers, okay?
Yes.
We need more black people at the stadium. That was a dope shirt.
See the hat?
Yes, the hat. You're about to make some more noise with the Oscars.
Yes.
I'm excited to see that, but it seems like you do a lot of intentional work, intentional collabs. Can you just kind of explain to us why it's important for you and your brands to do intentional collabs, and also why it's important for creatives to also do intentional work?
Yeah, I think especially for black-owned business, being from South Central, that kind of thing is like it's showing the access points and like being able to get in those rooms and like what it takes to get in those rooms as well. So we try to come in, when we had those conversations with these, Oscars, Dodgers, New Balance, whoever the case may be, my goal is always to be able to take something from that to share with my people, with homies who got brands, creatives, whatever the case may be. So, I think it's the intention behind it is to gather information that can be shared with the city and with my people. You know what I'm saying? I think when we walk into those rooms, we try to just, we're very transparent about who we are, what we stand for, what the brand is, that kind of thing, and like, all the messages that we want to put across outside of product, because we might make cool clothes, whatever the case may be, but I tell people all the time, like, you can't actually, there's no such thing as like a new clothing item.
Yeah.
Like, a t-shirt's a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Pants is pants, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's no new wheel to make in that regard, you know what I'm saying? You could design it, fabric, whatever the case may be, so I think understanding that I'm not doing anything different in the tangible world in that way, it's like, I was able to focus on like the stories and like focus on like the mission at hand, you know what I'm saying? So when collaborating on a bigger platform, it just helps broaden that audience.
Yeah.
It helps bridge that gap between South Central and the rest of the world.
Yeah.
So yeah.
What made you create the t-shirt? Well, of course.
No, yeah.
We need
and the obvious, so the shirt, so funny enough, the idea of the shirt came super last minute. It was the last piece that we did for the capsule collection. So the shirt itself is not a Dodgers collaboration shirt.
Okay.
The hats are the collaboration. The apparel stuff that we did was just like bricks and wood in line, in cohesiveness to the actual collaboration.
Yeah.
So the funny part about it is, so working with the Dodgers is a very interesting thing because it's not as hands-on as we're used to in terms of like us together. It's more so, it was kind of more so like, we give you the green light, you gotta do what you gotta do. There's no budgets. There's no, social media marketing rollout for them. It's like all on you.
Oh, okay.
So the pretty much the energy around the whole campaign that I was trying to push for longevity of the partnership was kind of like that narrative of like, how do we bring more black people to the stadium? It wasn't like a specific saying, it wasn't a specific design or anything. It was more so just like that general understanding of like, what can I do as a black-owned brand, Bricks and Wood, to help black people feel like they're more invited to the game. You know what I'm saying? So the shirt came on some last minute tip. It was like, I had a homie who makes airbrush tees. Like, he grew up and doing that. The homie Andrew from Guava, LA. Facts. That's my boy. So he ended up doing the airbrush tees, and he's been doing it like with his family for years. Like, he did like kind of like hand-me-down type situation. And so he made the original shirt. And I was like, bro, how can you do it? Like, cause we knew our production timeline, so we were like, yo, you can get it done by this day. Like, with the rush fee, whatever the case may be, bro, like, that'll help us be able to put it out. He got it done, like, maybe a day later. Jeez. Like, he did it super quick. He lived not too far from the office, so he pulled it up, dropped it off. Then, so we got the original airbrush tee that isn't for sale, clearly, but then we digitized it, did the whole nine, and then put it out to print. But, it was definitely a stand and take because, that kind of stuff can be a little dicey.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? With those type of things. I think that's a part of that same thing is like, when you go into a room, if you get invited to a room, you're supposed to be there.
Yeah.
So, be yourself and all that in those situations because you got, that's why I'm like being fully transparent with the brand and very transparent with the process helps because a lot of people don't realize that people want you to be you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if they don't want to pay for that, then that's the wrong room to be in. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta know your integrity and your work.
Yeah.
So I think, again, with that being said, identifying with the platform that I had at hand, I'm like, you know what? It could fall short and I can just go follow the yellow brick road and just do the Dodger stuff and just make it all about product and that kind of thing and give people what they want per se, or I can like shake some shit up, you know what I'm saying? And as anything that goes viral, you get a 50-50 divide. You get people who love it, people who hate it.
Yeah,
of course we don't.
Responses was wild.
Yeah, it was wild. I saw it was some shit in there for sure. It was like crazy to think like how entitled, how like a lot of them colonizers that was out there. It's like, I'm like, damn, like
We
I ain't talking about nobody else. Yeah, it's a fact. I mean, we ain't talking about nothing else but us and holding ourselves accountable. And then also, you know, bring a highlight to the Dodgers organization and MLB to be like, yo, like, whatever it looks like that y'all can do to make it more inclusive and feel more inclusive, we'll do it. Because we all know the Dodgers got the Latinx culture, Asian heritage nights, and all that kind of stuff. And I'm a Dodger fan, so I'm not knocking it. But, you know, it's like, yo, what can we do? And then there's a science behind it. We broke that down in our post. We broke that down, like the history of it, and how growing up playing baseball is not it's not a cheap sport.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and all these things. So it was, you know, again, just kind of bring that awareness. I think with the T-shirt, the fact that like it went viral when Mookie Betts wore the shirt.
Yeah, I see
You know what I'm saying? Like, that was
I
a
see
whole
that
other thing.
everywhere.
It was already because that showed me a lot because I had no direct correlation with him and his team whatsoever. The Dodgers didn't connect that, nothing. Like, that was super genuine. So I think the post of us like announcing the shirt, that went like I guess viral enough for it to get a couple eyes and people to be like, yo, because then we had people from the Dodgers DMing us privately like, yo, how can I get a shirt? You know what I'm saying? So that, you know, domino effect, and then God did the rest. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Risk. You took that risk though.
No, for sure, got to, because that could have went. It could have went left.
Yeah.
Now we working on something bigger, and you know I'm gonna put it out there now. We Black Heritage Night at the Dodger Stadium is on September 19th.
Okay.
And we working with them now to kind of partner up and figure out how to get bricks and wood to kind of make it more inclusive and do like a suite or something. So we flesh out the details, but you know, I just go, you know, take that.
Hey, that's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah, no.
Just bringing it back home.
That would be amazing.
100%. So.
I haven't been to a Dodger game since like elementary school.
See, I got homies who never been to Dodger Stadium.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
lit.
no, it's fun.
Yeah,
That's the thing. That's the other thing about it too. Is like all the shit that we like to do as black people, you can literally do at the Dodger game. Dodger tickets ain't expensive.
They're not.
If they win or lose, you'll have a good ass time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's good energy in there, but it's just like you still gonna see more of us. You know what I'm saying? So.
The wave is fun. I like
the wave, they got the volleyball and all that. And like, you know, it's
fun.
Yeah.
We need more black people. So y'all, September 19th.
Pull up.
We gonna have to show out,
Yes,
okay?
yes.
When you started Brick and Wood in 2015, did you think that it would just be this much, like make this much noise and like have all these celebrities and whatnot wearing your brand and everything?
Nah, cause I did the exact opposite of what, in terms of like the internal work to get to the brand where it is today. I went opposite of, again, that yellow brick road to get me to, you know, that traditional, like, that path of just how you can create a successful streetwear brand. You know, a lot of people move to other places to get it popping there. A lot of people, you know, kind of come under somebody else. Like, nobody held my hand through this shit, not at all. Granted, you know, I worked in streetwear like for years after high school, after I graduated and all that kind of stuff, but, you know, nobody really embraced me the way, you know, a lot of people, these brands get embraced. Like, I didn't have a co-sign by like I don't know, Kanye. You know what I'm saying? Like Kanye done started a whole new, from the Virgos to the, you know, Jay Lorenzo's. Like, all these cats came up through something, you know what I'm saying? And found jobs and livelihoods in other ways through a connection with somebody. I don't have that same luxury. You know what I'm saying? I had like one of my homies, Umi, who, you know what I'm saying? Not somebody everybody would know, but like he from Tacoma, and he was like my big bro. He was my manager at the time at the Hundreds. Took me in on some of this homie shit. You know what I'm saying? Just support me on some like private, individual, just like in the lab, shit like that. So when I look at the brand now and I'm like, where I started, I'm like, I could never imagine. You know, even when Tyler the Creator wore the beanie, like that was strictly like, I woke up to that. You know what I'm saying? The same way everybody else did, you know? So, and that was super organic. Like I was on some like, the homie passed the beanie down and handed it to him, and he loved it so much he just kept wearing it and rocking it, and people started tagging it, wore it to GQ. You know what I'm saying? Like all that stuff like happened super organic.
You know what I'm saying? Like once it's there, it's out in the world.
And I said around time, I'm like, you know, people ask, what is Bricks and Wood? I said, Bricks and Wood, whatever you think it means to yourself. Because when I can tell you from South Central or where I grew on this, but everybody not from South Central. So you know, what you take from that, or what you can relate to that, is what was defined that. So I feel like it's just like a undefinable, just like thing. I think that's what gives it longevity though. Because it's not just like one thing. You know, it's not just like, oh, they do the beanies or they just do the collabs. It's like, you know what I'm saying? We're trying to like open up the whole market. You know what I'm saying? So.
I think it's dope that you're not sending your clothes out to these celebs and stuff. They're like just finding it on their own, or like somebody sending out to them like, hey, you know, tap in. This is a dope brand. That's really hard.
Yeah, because we don't have no PR, nothing. The only time we work with PR is we work with the collaborators, like New Balance. We work with their PR. You know, Dodgers. We're working with their PR now. You know, so you know, so it's like those type of things that we don't have those type of like luxuries of marketing budgets and that kind of thing. We just do it all in house and just
Yeah.
figure it out.
People,
You know what I'm saying?
people.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The community. I love
Yeah,
that.
community for sure.
Can you kind of just touch on what you're working with the Oscars, if you can?
Yeah. So actually, the collection just released yesterday, at the actual museum, and pretty much they reached out to us maybe like 4 or 5 months ago. So it's been kind of a process, and they want us to, they've seen what we've been doing, kind of like again organically, which is always a blessing. And they kind of gave us like free range of like all these different licensings of things that's going to be in the museum. So the museum's called Regeneration, and don't quote me on this, but I'm still learning as that's another thing too. I want to actually make that clear because like I think my favorite part about this collaboration is that I'm learning too.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I think when you can come into something like it's one thing to be a fan of something already, like the Dodgers, Blue Jays, whatever. When you come to something you don't know, but that's interesting to you, it's like that's even better because then you can like learn and share at the same time.
Yeah.
So this is one of the few collabs that I'm like, I don't know nothing about this, but like I'm studying, you know what I'm saying, the same way.
Yeah.
So Regeneration is pretty much it's a celebration and a highlight of black films from 1898 to 1920 something. Yeah, again, don't quote me. But yeah, they pretty much gave us the holy grail of archives of all this information. I went in a deep dive of just like sourcing and finding stuff. Like, so for example, even the collection that we dropped right now, it's like this is Black is Beautiful. It's like an OG poster from a rally that it's public domain, so it's something that they didn't have to get like we had to get like too much approval on. It was pretty much available for people to use it, and it was used as like a poster, at that time through like rallies, that kind of thing, to just highlight ourselves. That was at a time where white supremacy was at an all-time high. They were trying to pretty much dismantle, black presentation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So Black is Beautiful, I'm a Man. There's a lot of different like powerful quotes that was like kind of being shared at that time. So that one for me was like, you know what? I feel like that as an introduction to the collaboration, because it's not the only collection we're gonna do with them. Like I kind of want to make that stamp, like as a reminder. It's like we're reminding people about our history. Let's remind you about how we look too. At the same time. We appreciate the Academy for allowing us to do that, and they gave us the archive to all these things, and we just went in the lab and started putting it all together.
Yeah, that's amazing. And you guys also use the layout of the Magic Johnson Theater as well.
Yeah, so that was
fire.
yeah. I mean, again, South Central kid growing up in the jungles, Crenshaw District.
I seen niggas get jumped there.
Oh yeah, for sure. No, that's the thing. I was probably one of them niggas jumping. I was on both sides, either side, nigga. But that was just kind of like homage again to just pay homage to like where I'm from, and it's kind of like that thing. And also, I love films. You know what I'm saying? I didn't realize like damn, my first theater I ever went to was Magic Johnson Theater growing up. So just another full circle kind of back end moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you know type thing. So we use our logo, did like a little flip of the silhouette. So we kind of made it like basically like a bricks and wood film collection type thing. Yeah. So yeah.
That's dope. I'm excited. So y'all got some collab. Well, I'm sure a lot of y'all are tapped in already with Bricks and Wood. They got K-Swiss and everything, beanies, shirts. But look out for the Oscar collab, and also be there September 19th at the Dodger Stadium, because guess what? We need more black people.
Facts.
Okay.
Dodger Stadium.
Yes, but this is our store run. I'm Tyler Kumani.
Desi G.
Kacey Lynch, Bricks and Wood, my fault.
Okay. But yeah, we tapped out.
Appreciate y'all.
Tapped out.
We out.
Let's get it.
Perfect.
That was good.
That was good.